All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Thank you for being here this morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to you. And to all you dads out there. I hope you're having a great day. Good morning, Mayo. My chat's not shown up again. I don't know why it doesn't like doing that. I was going to do... There we go. Okay. I don't know why it must have the focus on it for some reason. But we'll try to keep that chat window going. I don't know why it does that. Anyway. So good morning, everyone. Welcome. Let me know how the sound and video all looks, because I had to shift everything around so we could do some building on the build table today. Again, happy Father's Day to you guys. It's really loud in my ear. I'm going to turn that down for me. We're going to do some Microfighter stand building today, and this is something that I usually put off and get to like in a scramble before a convention or a show of some event. So we're going to do that today. I've got probably 15 sets that need stands. I don't think I'm going to get them all done, but we're going to take a stab at it. And I don't have a good copy or a good example of it. Be right back. So when I say stand for Microfighters, if you've seen some of my other stuff, it's basically a little pedestal that the set sits on to make it look interesting. It also helps kind of normalize everything for display, so everything kind of can be set up uniformly on a table or something, and they're not just kind of haphazardly strewn about the place. And honestly, it makes for kind of a fun build because you get to include a bit of story for the model itself. So here's an example. This is the Crimson Firehawk from the Jedi Yoda show, kids show that they did, and they've got some 4+ sets out there. And these are little huts that were in the show and basically just on the kind of edge of like a desert area kind of thing. So they all kind of look like this, where it's an 8x8 plate or an 8x8 size surface. I'll get 4x8s or something like that in here because I don't have a lot of 8x8 plates left. But then you make something on it kind of nice. Put a little translucent stand of some kind. I bought a bunch of these at one point, but I also have just trans bricks. And there you go. The other thing I'm going to be doing is building them up a little bit, all the current stands, so I can put a label on them so people know what they are. I have a lot more of these that just need labels, so I'll be doing that as well. So my favorite Microfighter was for Sexy Rexy. Don't even know what that is. Was it for Rex, the clone pilot? So that'd be the Y-Wing. My phone's going to be going off. My youngest child is in the UK on a trip. And my mom just sent me So my youngest is in the UK and my oldest is with their boyfriend in Florida, they're going to Universal Studios. So Father's Day and my grown kids are out of the house, and I'm spending today, I was woken up this morning with my, I guess, fur kids, the dogs and the cat. The cat at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock this morning, knocking stuff off dressers and chewing on plastic, woke me up. And then the little dog is sitting here right above my head, sneezing into my face for about a half hour. And the big dog's walking around yawning, these big ooh kind of noises. So of course it was like getting woken up by your kids and getting weird breakfast. So anyway, so this is what the mess of, I don't need to see the microphone in there. The mess of microfighters that I have to work with today. There are a lot. I'm going to put this guy back because he just needs a label. I don't want to get him mixed up. So there are a lot that need to go through. The problem with a lot of the ships that I have is that they really only appear, this would be a good one to start with, in space. So for instance, this is, I'm going to move, so this is the pile, right? We're going to move some of these out of the way. They only exist really in space. You don't see them on a planet, around a planet. So you kind of have to make up a story a little bit for them to get us a nice vignette to tell a story with them. Otherwise, they're all just black stands. And I've done that with a few where it's just black and it has stars, or it looks like it's got a shell of a planet, or it's got an asteroid in it, something like that. So, Captain Rex. Yes, so like this one's already got a label, which means I also need to buy a labeler. I borrowed a labeler last time from a friend. I need to buy my own this time, but you can see, so they'll be like this, where they've got kind of built up a little bit, and then they have, I did have at one point a Google Doc that, and then a QR code next to the model so I could cram in more models. You take a picture of the QR code and it brings up a diagram of what all the ships are. It was kind of a sneaky way, because then I also had links to my site. It would be a sneaky way for people to go, oh, and click on the site and go, that's kind of cool. There you go. Yeah, before these all got habitated up. So I could put all these in a habitat. That would be actually kind of cool. The little square, two-walled thing, and then have a ship poking out of it. That'd be kind of interesting. So yeah, let me get this guy back together, because this would be a good one. This is the mobile tac pod from Andor. It was in the first season. The planet was Fenrix, I think. So I got the little side thing over here. It's not going to be great, but Gorman? No. Ferrix. So we get some, what I'll probably do, oh, whoops, I don't know what that is. What's up, Bev? How you doing? Thanks. You too. So Ferrix is a good one to start with, because it's got this big tower in it, the bell tower. It's got definitely a stylistic feel to it. It's got like the red sanded roads, sort of the hut, not hut, but like adobe looking buildings, a main street in the middle. Like, it's definitely got a look to it, and it doesn't look like there's too many images of anything but that. So we'll do this. And we'll start there. So let's get the model back together first. So how's everybody doing? How's your weekend going so far? Hope you're having a good weekend. If you're watching World Cup stuff, I hope you're having fun watching World Cup stuff. I'm having a blast watching World Cup stuff. I especially like the oh, that is different. Okay. I'm especially liking seeing all the smaller nations being represented. Especially the fan groups for all the smaller nations being excited that their group has, you know, won their first game, or even just scored a goal, or, you know, we're very happy to be represented here for the first time, kind of thing. So I really like this model. This is one of my favorites, mostly because, like the Lego model itself, it opens up, and if you do it right, the wings do fold up. Some of these clips. our problem. So the wings do fold up like the toy. And I had to get the little cop guy in there for it. But yeah, it all works. I feel like Slarty Bartfast. It all works. It's all there. Brazil and Haiti. That was fun. Yeah, I like watching like Curacao and the Congo and just kind of anything really. It's been a lot of fun. This, I think, rotates too well. It's supposed to just go like that, but it comes off the clip all the time. Okay. And then technically the back opens up too. So it's got a little loading ramp in the back there. So this is one of my favorites. And it's got a good shape. It looks like the ship it's supposed to be, right? It's pretty cool, yeah? I'm also not quite figuring out where the camera is because I've moved everything. So, but this is the stand and we need to fix that. It needs to be something better. We're gonna keep the label, obviously. But it needs to have, we're gonna start with dark orange, and I don't know how much dark orange I have. Which is a joke because we had our Mars bases that were covered in this. And because it was Mars and it was dark orange on the surface, right? So we ordered, everybody had Mills plates full of this stuff, 48 by 48, at least one. I had 3, maybe 4 full of this. So I've got dozens of these. So we're gonna start there. Ferrex, as you can see, the tower here, it's kind of fluted tower. What we're probably gonna do most of these attach in the middle like this, right? Just a little thing like that. There's very few models I have that offset at all. The B-wing is one because it's being held up weird, but they should just be right in the middle. And again, 8 by 8. And as part of the stand, we'll take this bit off. Put these guys on the back. Don't have to do this. We can put this on. Yeah, those don't need to be there. Actually, what I'd rather do is hold it together like this. And put our label back on it, ready to go. Okay. There were lots of Australians who woke up at 5 a.m. to watch us lose to you guys. At least we got a win against Turkey. News to me that they changed their name to what Ivory Coast did years ago. Yeah, it was Cote d'Ivoire. Now it's just Ivory Coast, and I thought they changed it to something else now. But yeah, I don't even know what Turkey's. It's Turkey, but it's pronounced weird. It's got like a hard CH, Turkey or something like that. All right, so let's see. We got buildings, we got people, we got this big tower. I think the big tower is something that I want to do, but we'll put it off to the side here, like right here. And it's not, I don't want to be like huge with it, but it's got a little bit of a building on it. So I don't know if you guys can see, this is now the storage area. And this section right here is a Calyx, the IKEA shelf I got from my kid because he moved and didn't want that. And I'm like, these little Sterilite drawers fit really great into there. So I'm gonna I need to get more. And then I've got somebody else who has another one of these Calyx, and it's like I think it's a 5x3, or maybe it's a 4x3. But then I want to replace this whole section right here, which is just a big, you can see that, it's a big hutch, like to put dishes in and stuff. But all these are open Arco bins. So I want to get Sterilite drawers and put all the pieces that are in these Arco bins into those Sterilite drawers, replace this whole thing. because it's just like Sterilite drawers and bags, and it's not ideal, but you know, whatever. Okay, so tower. I'm thinking I don't want to be too big, so I'll probably do just cylinders and cones, 1x1 rounds. And I have a lot of those. I have a lot of these for some reason. So, but I want to break it up a little bit, so we'll do some tan plates. We'll do one tan plate, and then I want another cone on top, but I don't think I can get that. So we'll do this for the tower. And then oddly enough, I have this color facet brick, which I think would go well as like the corner of it. Right, so we got like that. And then we can make some buildings go along here, so it's like the main street. And the buildings can be just random plates and actually I'm going to do more facet bricks, and I'll just tell you why here in a second. So these are all tan, and this will work well. I think these are faded yellow. Those are not white or tan. These are all faded yellow, which is kind of gross. I think that's officially tan. The rest of these are like faded yellow, I think. Can't really tell. I think that's real tan. The rest of these I think need to be bleached. I think that's real tan. That's white. Even in the bright light, it's hard to tell which is which. So then we got a handful of these. We don't need that many. But what I want to do now is I'll use these to make the rest of the street. So it's still the main street going up to that tower. And I really just need those two, because then I can put bricks in to fill the other side. That's pink. And we'll swap sides, so like that and like that. So it's got like the main street, and I'm going to take the guy off of here so we can build without him getting in the way. But yeah, so there's your main street going up to it. Looks like there's some buildings behind it, so we'll fill that in a little bit. Okay, so there's your tower. Like that. I'm listening while gaming. Cool, what game are you playing? The other part of this is I have to remember I have to put all these pieces away. I basically used all of these that I had, these tiles, 6x4 tiles that are like, have the studs on all sides. I have to remember to take all these and put them all back. But I'll do that later. We're just gonna make a pile of them over here. Pile of parts, so I know to put all that away. Okay, so done with these. Actually, let's go ahead and fill these back ends in with some of this. We have some smaller ones that we can put on the backs to fill it in. And then it's different little bits of building on top. So randomly, I'm probably going to get some cheese wedges, some 1x1s with tiles. I don't want to go too high, but I want to like differentiate it a little. I got these guys, the corner pieces, so I'll cover up some corners, just one or two. That looks good. A lot of this is like just one or two pieces. I've got a lot of these 2-high plates or 2-high bricks, so we'll use a couple of these. I have a lot of them in dark orange for some reason. We'll put 1 or 2 on here. For the buildings. Maybe don't want to do that. I want to angle it a little bit so they kind of flush with the front of the And let's get some cheese wedges. Box it. Keep these open. There's a lot of pieces I just kind of keep out because I use them a lot. Gonna need some Sterilite drawers soon because there's a couple things like this, that 1x1 round that I just had in there, that are starting to get too full, and it's really hard to keep things from falling out of them. So yeah, there you go. That's all we need. And it's done. So that's kind of how simple I want to keep these. This is Ferrix now. Obviously, it's the main street on Ferrix. Right? Looks good. Put the little guy on it. Bob's your uncle. Now, when people see it, they're like, oh yeah, it's that ship from that show, and there's that street that they were all on. So there you go. We got one done. Put them right here. I'm going to keep these guys out because I'll probably need them. Forge of Empires, you stream it at a relaxing time even for me. Oh, you stream at a relaxing time for me. Gotcha. So, I'm not even going to try to calculate. Is it tomorrow there yet? Is it like 10 a.m. there? No, it's 10 a.m. here. It would be like 9 or 10 there, p.m. That is a relaxing time. All right, so next one I have up is going to be kind of a challenge. It's Shin Hati's Fiend Fighter. And I say challenging because first I'll have to put it back together. Wow, that's really loose. Why did I design it like that? I need to get another couple of pieces in there. So this is another one I really like just because of the way the engine looks. It actually spins. It's not supposed to spin. It's supposed to be fixed, but the way to get the that kind of hexagonal engine in there was to kind of, so I'm gonna pull it off, put it on a thing. It's a 1x1 plate with a Technical in it, and then a half pin to hold a bar. So like that. There you go. I don't have anything for her. No stand at all, not even space. But the planet was Cetos, and Cetos from Ahsoka. You can barely see this on screen, I know, but it was like it had these dark shores. The whole planet was cloudy. It had these dark red trees. The problem with Star Wars planets that you run into a lot of the times is the monolith of biome that usually happens. Hoth is completely an ice planet. Endor is a forest moon. Yavin is a jungle planet. Tatooine is all desert. There's no like temperate zones or polar regions. It's all like this planet is this and that's it. So either most planets are like that or Earth is a bit unique. Most planets are like that and Earth is a bit unique, or people don't care when they're writing these things and just like, that's a desert planet, that's a jungle planet, that's a hard rock, red rock planet, that's a river planet, you know. Naboo is a river planet for some reason. Lots of rivers and greenery, and that's it. So this ship was seen around this planet. They were, her and a bunch of other like pirate type ships were chasing Ahsoka and what's her name, Sabine, in the T6 while they were going after the Eye of, what did they call that? It wasn't the Eye of Thrawn. It was the Eye of something, the big ring, hyperspace ring they're building for the Star Destroyer. So the only time you really saw this was in space, but 14 hours, thank you. I never remember the distance. 1 a.m. 1 a.m. on, hey, this is your winter solstice, by the way. Happy winter solstice. I hope you're having a good long night. This is your longest night. Happy summer solstice to everybody else in the States. So the problem with doing it around Cetos is there's another ship that I plan on doing that might also be around Cetos, but I have a plan for that one anyway. It's Morgan Elsbeth's ship that actually lands on this planet. I don't know what the other Jedi ship or the other Dark Jedi ship looks like. Shin Hati's mentor. I don't know if he has a ship or what ship he travels on or what, but I don't know if he has one. So when I come to doing Morgan Elsbeth's ship, I'll probably use Cetos as well, but I'm probably going to do the Eye of whatever they called it, the giant hyperspace ring for her. And I'll probably do it a lot like the Fireball that I had that had a ring on it. So I'll have a ship and then a little ring and be all space behind it. So I'm okay doing a planet for her. So what we need now is maybe a dark gray 8x8. Which I know I don't have, but I have 6x8s. So I'm either gonna fill this in or I'll get 2 4s. We'll see what I got. So the only problem with doing it this way is you then have to make sure to join them on the bottom. So we'll get 2 more plates. And then to make sure that we've got labeling like this one, I'll go ahead and get the snot brick and the tiles. We'll just get it prepped. I have a lot of these snot bricks left over. I over-ordered from the, I'm going to put this on the front, I don't know why. I over-ordered from the Q2 Stadium in need for the seating areas. Put some 2x2s here. Help seal that that 2x8 there, so that doesn't fall apart. Now I got a nice stand. Now we need to get the transparent 1x2x6. And this is where I will need to order some more of those. But instead we can use, I've got a whole bag of 1x2 trans clear. So we can just make one of those. I built giant pillars of this stuff because at one point I was making a big model that required this thing to be standing like stupid tall, like this tall, like it was weird, because then it had like, it was a T16 and it had big wings coming down on the side, so I wanted it to be off the ground but also high up, but high enough so that I can get the the wings off the ground. Anyway, that was an old project. All right, so we need 6 of these. I don't like the way these look. It's very cumbersome. Or is this 5? Are these 5 high? Nope, 6. Because you get to see all the little lines in it. I'd rather have the 1x6, but I'm out of those. So I'll have to order some more. Make sure this connects to a part of the bottom of the ship. Put it on the middle. And it's up to you whether you want it more forward or a little farther back so you can show off the little display that you're going to build under there. So this ought to be really easy. It's got cliffs and red trees. So all I'm gonna do is probably run some black and dark gray up to a certain point and then cover it with red somehow to make trees. Probably just like red dots, dark red dots. I don't want it to go too crazy. Maybe some cones, if I've got dark red cones, which I think I may be running short of because I use them a lot for Republic colors on ships. Because their colors are like gray and dark red a lot of the time. While I'm looking for that, let's look up some Lego news. Have you guys seen the newest Bricklink Designer Program stuff that's coming out? I don't really care for the castles. They're fine. They're well designed. I honestly like that little bouquet van and the space train. Both those are kind of nice. I wouldn't mind building those. But as Johnny said too, it's like a lot of these starting to look the same. Like they're all becoming modulars. They're just different takes on different modulars. And I think modulars are easy enough to design. I think the train looks a little more unique. So I wouldn't be opposed to buying that if I can get to it. Or the little bouquet van. I think that is cute. It's good colors. It's a neat looking van. I think it's like a foreign made van. So that'd be pretty cool. I think what I'll do too is I'll make this coastline I think I'll make it a coastline with some waves on it. So we'll do some white cheese wedges. I actually have these guys too, which make for great little laps of water in waves and stuff. So I'm going to alternate some of these so it's not just cheese wedges. Did a lot of these with the steampunk Mega Spark City thing that we did, because the whole outside of it was water, and so I had to do a lot of different kind of wave pieces. That this will have a boat in it, right? That's going to have a couple dolphins. This will have a shark, and I think this is just rock formation, but you can see like the waves kind of around it. Trans clear pieces plus some white pieces in there. It's pretty basic water stuff. All right, so now I'm going to fill this up with dark gray. Okay, so now we have the edge of our water right there. Why does it grind your gears, Mayo? Now we need to fill in this back area. So this is all good 2x4 stuff. So I'm just gonna get some 2x4 bricks. And this would be a good space to use your dark gray instead of your dark blue gray. You can hide them in here. But I think I got all dark gray. And now just cover it all up minus wherever you're going to put, and I'm going to take one level off here. So it's roughly the same height as the other one because I've put bricks in there. So it'll be the same height. So now I'm going to leave one brick there so I know what I'm working with. Or 2 bricks, I guess. And then I'm just going to fill the rest of the area with trees. So behind the dark gray, I'm going to do dark red. And I'm going to probably do plates in a mix of like 1x1s just to mix it up. I don't think I've got enough cones to do all that. I don't think I have a ton of dark red dots, but we're going to see. If I have any. If not, I may have to go find tiles. I could use red, I've got these, but not round ones. Which I guess those would be okay. I'll see how many of these I've got. I'm gonna go see if I've got any tiles too. So again, I have squares. But I don't see any round dark reds. So kind of limiting myself here. So I'm not going to do tiles. I like the texture of having the plates. And it looks like I do have a few cones. So I'll pull out a few of these. But more than a few. Let's say 5. That's a good number. Put these in the back. And if I can get one more plate. Is this good sound quality here? Do an ASMR of just Gerstelling. Yeah, I can do 3. That should be. There. That's about as far as I want to go. That's about as I realize that it feels washed out for some reason. I don't have really good lighting. I've got my 2 lights right here, but it feels like it's washing it all out. So I apologize for not having great lighting on this. Oh yeah, well I agree. But it's also not really Lego. Like, I feel like if you don't want to take part in getting the official set for it, they should still offer the instructions to some degree. I completely agree with you. This doesn't need to be that washed out. That won't work. That seems like I'm talking to you from a shadow. I never quite figured out ring lighting, so we just won't worry about it. Okay, so that's good. We got her done. Again, this is Shin Hati's Fiend Fighter. I'm gonna make an executive decision on something. These fall apart really easily, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some plates in here. It'll go against the instructions, but after packing it up a few times and seeing that those parts fall apart really easily, I'm gonna shore that up a bit. Doesn't add too much to the heft of it. Still looks pretty good. Now those wings won't fall off as easily. So, all right, so there, we're done with this one. Making pretty good progress. Only 15 more to go, right? So that's Shin Hati's Fiend Fighter on Cetos, or above Cetos. So that one will need a label. So we'll put that one over there. I do have a lot that required labels. Hopefully I put those aside enough. So I'm gonna keep these out because I think I'm probably gonna need those. Okay, let's see. What's another one that might be hard to do? That's a space one. I'm not really sure about this one. This one will be kind of fun. So this is the scythe. This is the shuttle that the Inquisitors use. That stayed completely together inside the bag. I am super impressed. So this is kind of a cheat because this is it's the same model as the Director Krennic's shuttle from Rogue One, and they actually did a microfighter of this. So I changed a little bit of it, mostly the front, so you can get that cockpit in there. You can take the wing bits off. I think those were part of it. But for the most part, it's the exact same shape. It's like a pyramid with wings. So it's like, why mess with it too much? This is now your shuttle. You know, you put some thrusters on the back and it's good to go. So we got our Inquisitor in there. But again, this was a space-only ship. There are 2 locations you can do for the Scythe shuttle, and one of them is Tatooine, which I feel like is overdone. And I don't have a ton of tan anymore, but the other one so this isn't what I was thinking of. There is in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, there was, it was like an IBS. Yeah, this one, Fortress Inquisitus. So, Inquisitorius. This is in the middle of a water planet. And it's this big spire. So we'll see if we can get a good look at it. Something like this. And I wish it would show. Okay, so this is pretty good. That's custom artwork. I want to necessarily use that. That's pretty good. I think that's from a game. That's custom artwork. That's from the show. So, okay. It's either one of these two. Like, you can do either one of these two. I know the image is small on the screen, but I think what I'd rather do is the Obi-Wan Kenobi version of it, because that's where we see the scythe land here. So it's going to be basically water, cloudy skies, big pyramid. So we're going to keep the label. I'm going to get rid of one of these. We're going to keep this guy, set those aside. We're going to get rid of all these pieces because we don't need these. I will resort all these later. Okay. So, the water looks kind of greenish, like grayish greenish. I'm wondering if I have like sand green. Maybe we could do that. So I don't have sand green in big plates, but I have it in smaller plates. So since this is water, we'll do some dark tan and we'll cover it with water tiles. But again, let's put these together so they hold together. I talked myself into some sand green, so we'll do the sand green for the bottom. Just a little touch of difference. We'll rotate those guys around. There we go. We can, if you want, you can put something else in here to cover that seam to make it a little more strong. But at this size, it doesn't really matter too much. All right, so then we want to make sure to get this guy on there. And maybe we have a sand green brick. We'll put on the back. It's pretty good. Don't worry about it wobbling, but it's small, so it doesn't really matter. My child is texting from the UK. Trying to find an emoticon that's the flag, the British flag, the Union Jack. Actually, the British flag is just the white. with your flippy floppies. Zsu, hi, how are you? Thanks for joining. We're building little environments for our microfighters. So that's Ferrix. That's the main street on Ferrix with the big bell tower. We've got the planet of, what was this? Sateus, whatever, from Ahsoka. Thank you very much. Happy Father's Day to you, or whatever. Happy Sunday if not. All right. Honestly, I have enough. This just fell apart a little in my hand, so I'm going to put some more sand brick underneath it to shore it up a little bit. Now it's nice and stable. Now we're going to cover it in. Now here's the trick. The Inquisitus, whatever this is, Fortress Inquisitorius, is a very central thing, right? So I don't want to really hide it behind the stand, but if I put it off to the side, it's going to lessen it a little bit. So that's kind of a concern. So also, before we cover it in water, let's figure out how to make this tower. So I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat because there are pieces that do this. Here's your tower, right? Perfectly pyramidal shaped brick, but I only have them in blue and one tan. That's it. So what I'm going to do is cheat a little bit. And we've got this three-sided one, but if we put it on a plate and center it, or a jumper, and twist it, it'll look just fine. So what I'm going to try to do is I got a jumper plate here. I'm going to get one black ring in the middle. Actually, I need two of these jumper plates. Because one has to go on the bottom. And then we're going to put a plate. Actually, we don't need to do that. So it's that simple. That's the Tower Inquisitorius. That's all. That's all this is going to be. Now, again, the problem is it gets hidden by the microfighter a little bit. I'm okay with it. You could also put it up in the front. So I can get this off of here. And it might be kind of bold, that's too far forward, to put it right in front of everything. like that. That doesn't look too bad to me. I kind of like it, and it's real simple. And now we can fill the rest with water. So I'm going to take all of that off and fill the rest with water. Yeah, so I need to get, it's not printed, it's a labeler. I just got a labeler and printed up labels. These are just tiles, and I just stuck them on there because I don't have a printer. But I will need to do that for, I'm gonna need 2x2s. And probably 1x1s. Actually, let's go the other way with the water. So I will need to buy, I need to buy a labeler for Brick Rodeo. And I do have some that I plan on displaying that don't have labels yet, so I'll need to do that. Like this one, like I need to put Fiend Fighter on the front of this one, right? I'm not displaying every single Microfighter I have because I don't think I'll have enough table space, and frankly, it takes a really long time to set all these up because you're basically taking a very small 100-piece set out of a bag. My voice is going out. You're building 80 to 100-piece sets. Now, I don't know how long that takes you to do it, but I think I want to make this a little higher. Oh, and I've got to keep this open. I put all my brick separators away. Brick Rodeo is, yeah, public day is 25th, 26th. Let's see, I wanted to put this farther back. Right there. And then this will go right here. Okay. The convention actually starts the 23rd. That's when the all access passes can get in there, start setting up their MOCs, whatnot. There are going to be some games and some talks and some events. Okay. There we go. So it's, oh, camera froze. Oh, come on. Been so good this whole time. Lost it completely. Where's my mouse? There it is. Still had Zoom running from a meeting I had with Justin. So I'm hoping that this camera didn't get ruined in the process. Sometimes that happens. Let me unplug it and plug it back in real quick. Definitely too old to be lying down on the ground looking for camera. Looking for, there we go. Doing computer stuff. It's just so hard to get back up. All right, so that's done. So we got the water, we got the tower Inquisitorius, we got the shuttle. I think that's good. So that one's done. We'll put some of these parts away. Yeah, so off cameras, I'll be doing this for the next little bit. There's so much stuff I got to get ready for Brick Rodeo. I have to figure out the flower wall stuff because apparently I have all the sets. I didn't realize I had all the sets. I have to get all my microfighters ready. The stadium's done. The little stadium's done. My other MOCs are done. I have to finish my trivia that I'm doing. I have to come up with presentations for studio and microfighters, and I think that's it. I have a couple other events that I'm kind of running, but they're like show up and answer questions, so I'm not too worried about that. Wish Butt Chop would do a Lego Dad stream. Yeah, right? I haven't seen him in a while. Wonder if Luke sends Vader Father's Day cards. That's funny. No, Luke probably puts like on whatever. What is it in Star Wars Galaxy? The something net, Galaxy Net or something. He posts like vague book posts up there. He's like, "Wish my father could have been better" or something like that. I know he's in a better place. He smells like barbecue. Something, something, something. Aww. Unfortunately, people like Butt Chop and others only show up once a year these days. Yeah, you know who I'm missing is Ruth. We haven't seen Ruth in a hot minute. I would love to watch her streams again. She was so joyful and full of energy, and I loved watching her stuff. I loved trying to make her laugh, because as soon as you started making her laugh, that was it for the rest of the stream. She would just laugh the whole time, and it was such a cheerful laugh. That's good, Zissou. Considering his aunt and uncle that raised him also died burning as skeletons, and then he actually went and burned his own real dad, I think Luke has a funeral pyre fetish. All right, who's next? Let's see. We've got the Paladin class with Huang. We've got a heavy cruiser class with Thrawn. We've got this pirate snub fighter with just a pirate. We've got, you guys tell me which one you want to see. We've got Echo's ship. I know these are a little shiny through the bag. This is like just a, I think it's called a Remora class, or the Remora. I think it's just a regular Corellian transport. We have an Architens, or no, we got a Gozanti class ship that doesn't have anything. Matt G, hello, how are you? This one, Republic Frigate. I think we're gonna do this one. This is one of the older ones that I've got, and I've never been able to do a stand for this one because I didn't know what to do. And I think I might do, this isn't the right color for it obviously, but maybe the inside of the Lucrehulk. Because that's where it landed and was blowed up. But again, this is a different color. So this is Republic Frigate. I already have a label. So we'll keep this. We'll get rid of all this stuff. We've got our Republic pilot. We've got our stand. We'll set all this aside. So here's your Republic frigate. This is an older, it's an older ship, sir, but it checks out. I basically used, so there was a model that I stole the idea from for the Corellian Corvette, the Tantive V4. For you young kids, that is the Tantive 4. This sort of way to put two of those panels on the same side to get like the tops and bottoms. I really liked that method, so I stole it. Then the rest of it's mine, obviously. I don't much like how this front part works, but it works, you know, it's a recognizable ship. So the interior of, to make the interior of the Lucrehulk hangar and make it recognizable might need battle droids. So I'm not really sure how to do that, but I don't know where else to put this. Most of these capital ships only appear in, it's really hard to do because they only appear in space. So you have to kind of get creative with how you want to use them. Which is why I was thinking maybe do the interior of the Lucrehulk. This is one of those pieces I'm slowly running out of, is these 8x8s, because I'm using them for all these Microfighter stands. So we'll start with this, the interior of Lucrehulk. Let's look that up. So yeah, I mean, here's a Lego set with it right here. So this is what we're looking at. Now, again, the markings on this are different. I can probably, this is almost the exact same size, change the coloring on all this to make it that official model, right? But don't really care. I don't have a lot of these dark red plates or cheese wedges, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But the inside of the Lucrehulk, this isn't really what I want. I want an image from the movie so we can see what it looked like when the ship landed. And I'm missing some because they're over here. There we go. So this Lego set's probably pretty close. So we do some little bit of hangers here, like a wall on one side. And then I was thinking for the droids, I think we have bucket handles. Bucket handles like this, but in dark tan, which can be kind of faked for vulture droids. So first things first, we're going to put this guy together like this. We'll get real basic stand with these guys underneath so it's stable. All right, so I'm trying to think where I want this. Like where to build it, in the back or on the side. I think technically on both sides, like running toward the back, because the hanger is really long, so to put it on both sides would be fine. Have an idea. So I don't have too high bricks, but I've got these Speed Champion fender headlight doodads that are really nice. And I'm going to put a couple of these along here and space them out. Hey, Scott, how's it going? You need your kids to be... My kids have been out of the house. I mean, the oldest one started college, geez, like 8 years ago. Let's do one space at a time. Wow, these are really hard to get on here. So there's little hangers on each side, so I'm trying to delineate the hangers on either side. Actually, I can't do that. Okay, so let's take these off. I'm gonna go get some plates. So another plate that I know I'm out of is these 1x8 gray plates, because I used hundreds of them for the stadium. So I'm going to need to reorder some to replenish. Yeah, having a kid really takes up a lot of your time. Let Daddy do his Lego stuff. Right, reason I'm doing this is because I want to tile the floor. I may have to take these off to get the tiles in there. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do stuff that's, you know, it's for you and not for anybody else, but you still want that time, you know? All right, so I do have some tan bucket handles. I think I'm only going to do two not buzz droids. What are they called? Vulture droids. I just don't know how to put them together just yet. I wish you could put them together with one clip. And I don't even know if I have... That's too big. Maybe gray, and it'll look like they're being held up. So now I need, so I have these guys, right? These clips with the round bits. I need clips with round bits, but in gray. That would have been perfect. Trying to think of something that can stick up and hold these guys. Brackets maybe, but then all you see, like you stop seeing. You stop seeing the droid figure and you start seeing the thing that's holding up the droid figure. Maybe that'd work. Something like that. Doesn't if I put a couple of them in there, maybe. Oh, House of Dragons is on tonight. Yeah, I forgot that was on. I've been watching. In fact, I'm gonna after this go watch whatever end of whatever match is on. Forward. So today is, oh my God. Okay, so already 26 minutes in, Spain's beating Saudi Arabia 3-0. 2 p.m. is Belgium versus Iran. 5 p.m. is Uruguay versus Cape Verde, which I kind of want to watch and see how Cape Verde does. I like watching the little countries that are, this is like their first time at the World Cup, or they're a very small country. I love watching that. New Zealand and Egypt, I'm not really sure who to root for there. I watched Egypt last year and I kind of like rooting for them, but I think I'd be okay just seeing a good game between the two of those. That's it for today. So at 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whenever it's going to premiere, I'll definitely watch it. I'm very excited to see more soccer, but also like I've got a few shows that I'm watching. Are you guys watching Star City at all? The For All Mankind spinoff? And if so, how do you like it? I don't know if this is... That's actually kind of cool. Does that, okay, so see this picture? See the little droids right there? There's a couple droids walking in front of this thing, right? Does that make sense? Little droids walking in front of it? Does that take away from the rest of the... Can you see the droids, or is all you see like the clip holding it up? I wish this thing would focus. There we go. Thoughts? I could do 2 of these and put another one on the other side. Star City is streaming on Apple TV, so if you were able to watch For All Mankind, I'm rewatching Ted Lasso and watching Star City. So Star City basically is the Soviet version of For All Mankind, and it's weird because, and I've talked about this a little bit, I'm not really happy with the fact that they have an all-British cast for Russian characters. It'd be fine if, when they also talked to different people in German or Indian or Hindi, that they would speak English as well, because it's like, well, if you're not going to speak Russian, then why are you speaking these other languages? But, all right, take care, Mayo. Thanks for being on. Get some sleep. Why are you not speaking Russian? Everything that you see written, all the signs, all the files, they're in Russian. At one point, a lady translates German and she speaks German. I'm like, why not just speak in Russian? Or Russian accent even. Come on, man. So, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm going to do one more like that over here. See if it'll hold up. But I'm looking forward to House of Dragons. Just because it's fantasy. They got rid of Wheel of Time, so any new fantasy show, I'm going to be all over it. Now the trick is I want to put tiles under the rest of this, so let's get rid of... Yeah, I don't know if that's too much or not. That looks like vulture droids on the floor. And then I want to do... Ugh. Well, I hate that. Maybe I'll just do one, not clutter it up so much. And I have nothing but sand green of these. I wanted to do gray, but I don't have those. Oh. So we got our lug bolt in. I'm trying to see if I got a part that I needed. But I don't know if they were part of our order or not. What was I gonna do with these? Nope. I don't think so. I thought maybe we got them, but I don't think. All right. So we'll do this instead. So I'll put some vents along the sides there. All right, take care, Scott. Yeah, have fun. Last days of Brick World. And then everybody's gonna come to Brick Rodeo, because that's the place to be. Tell him Ben sent you. I wish I could get comp tickets. Give like 5 comp tickets to people. Because like day of, all access passes are like $200 now. Which seems like a lot, not gonna lie. But the amount of swag we're giving away, you should see the con mock. It's amazing. Left, so we're just going to do this. Now I'm really on the hook to recolor this model dark red, so I may have to go back through and replace some of these parts with dark red. But alright, so we'll leave that in there, and I want to put one white stripe down the middle because it looks like it's got white stripes. And there's one piece that I know where to get, but it's in a big bag somewhere on the other side of the room. Cool. Oh wait, I didn't need to do that. Dang it. Needed to leave one of those open. Yeah, I still have to make a video of that. So, God, I have so much to do. So that is, okay, so that can just be, that can be another one of those. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to other people building it. Okay. Here we go. There is your Republic frigate inside your Lucre Hulk landing bay. So that's the scene from that. It's got the little droids, it's got the hangars. Good to go. Put him aside, and we'll move some of these pieces. I don't think I'm going to need these anymore. Where did I get these? All right. Let's see, get rid of these or sort those back later. Yeah, these are coming together. I'm having fun doing this. This is good. Maybe do one or two more of these before Brick Rodeo. This guy goes here. You go here. Because we've done 4 in about an hour and 40 minutes. This one should be easy to do and controversial. So this is the Resistance bomber from I get the titles mixed up. I'm such a bad Star Wars fan, which is not something I say lightly. Rise of Skywalker. No. The Force Awakens, The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi. This is from The Rise of Skywalker. Right? The second one? So this is the Resistance bomber. And everybody's been out of shape about this one because it's more of a it's a like a real life bomber, like if it were in the atmosphere, because it drops stuff rather than it, you know, just kind of letting a launcher take control and propel it out or something like that. When in reality, I think in universe, they kind of explained it away. They just wanted something that looked like World War II bombing, right? Where everything falls out of a bomb bay door onto a target. And I think they explained it away by saying they were like magnetized rails and they were basically being shoved out that bomb door. I think if you wanted to do that, it would have been better to have a long ship and have them like diving towards the target and have the bombs be shot out, then pull away, rather than have these clunkers just like lumbering along right next. That whole sequence was like, it was fun watching Poe fly along the dreadnought, taking out all the anti-aircraft batteries and point defense cannons. But then these lumbering things like en masse show up, and it's like, we could take out everything with 5 shots. Spread them out. Have them come in one at a time. You have bombing runs for a reason. You don't want all your bombers coming at the same time. Whatever. But what we can do with this guy, and I think I have to keep, because his label's really long, so we have to keep both of those on there. What we can do for this guy is have that dreadnought be the stand. I think that'd be fun. So we'll need dark gray. I'll keep this together. And this guy's kind of mounted on the back because there's really no way where to put him. So kind of like that. So we'll go get some more dark gray plates. And I think what we'll do is do a big, because there's that big dish on the front of that ship that they kind of shot everything into. We can just make a big dish and put some cannons around it. So because I don't have dark gray 8x8 plates, we're going to make one with 2 4x8 plates. And because it's in space, we're going to do that. This may be a problem. Let's do 6x6, holding these together. Six by six, I mean 1x6. And we'll make sure to double it up on the underside of it. Because we want to get the label on there. And then on the inside we'll put stable, nice and stable. Good. Okay. And I put black around it just because this is going to be in space. Could probably fill the rest of that with black if you wanted to. I'm not going to make the triangular shape on it. If you look at the dreadnought, let's pull up a picture of the first order dreadnought. It's the Mandator 4 class siege dreadnought, but it's basically this guy. And what they hit was this area right here. So I had these underside, and I have this as a microfighter too, but basically hit this giant middle area. I don't know if we can get a better image of the top with the radar kind of thing. This will work. So this kind of, which again, I don't know what that is in universe. I don't, you really can't see it too well. This area right here, it's so like, it's like the inverted most like Star Destroyers, they have that big bulbous like round thing in the back. That's like the reactor that powers the whole ship. It has to be massive because you're using a lot of thrust, you're using a lot of repulsor lift for when they're hovering in orbit or above a planet, firepower, all the electronics, all the life support. So it needs a big reactor to power that. I feel like this is some sort of, I mean, it looks like a radar dish, but it's not a landing area. It's not anything. It's a good target is what it is. So that's what we're going to do. So I have some of these plates that I might be able to use for it, if I have enough, to make a round shape that will cover with other stuff. That may be too big. Yeah, that's too big. Okay. I have a bag of cool parts. This is what we get for helping Rick Rodeo sort and put all the MOC stuff together and sort all the swag bags. We were able to leave with some cool parts. Got one more dark tile in here, hopefully. I see it. Just get your fingers on it. Cool. So I'll need to leave a space for this guy in the back. I'll put him all the way in the back. So I'll just need to leave a space for that. Or have something built up back there, but we'll do this in the middle. So what I'd like to do is build maybe this. Or is that too small? That's too small. Let's get some plates here. Yeah, for sure. Take your time, do whatever you need. Okay. Do that, do that. This. Okay, cool. Great. There's your little thing. Now, take all these off. Put other plates on the side over here. Do some corner tiles because it looks like there's like kind of cornery shapes on it. What else? There's not much else on this guy. So throw some ingots on it for greebling. I might want to put something in the middle here, but I don't know what. I have all these guys, but I think I'm out of dark gray. Light gray. Already got one in there. Oh, dark gray. Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So now, lost our music. Must be almost time to be done. Well, I think that's a good place to stop. There you go. It's a good place to stop. So we've got, I don't know how many more we need to do, but we did 5. Got these 5 guys done. Not bad for a day's work. Still got, you know, a ton to do over there, but I think this is a good place to kill it for the day. This is a lot of fun if you ever get one of these microfighters, even if you get a store-bought one, to, you know, build a little stand for it. It's good for display. It helps you think about how to build really small, economy of piece usage, NPU. If you find like a nice little microfighter minifigure utensil or something that could be used other than whatever the original use was for, kind of like they do with the botanicals. It's always fun to find stuff like this. So give it a shot, see what you think. I might do some more of this as we get closer to Brick Rodeo. It really depends on what else I have to get done before then. And speaking of what else I need to do before then, I think Thursday's still open. So I shall be back Thursday and we'll see what we're going to do, either some studio designing or more of this. It kind of depends. But anyway, you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Happy Father's Day if you are celebrating that. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care.